Welcome back, everybody, to the fantasy portion of this week's Four Down the Field podcast. Jeremy, let's get right into it, a recap of last week. Uh, what a week it was. I'll start with my matchup. Jim, hopefully things get better for him with Tua coming back with Tyreek. But yeah, his team didn't get to 100. Um, I had a pretty solid week, and I don't really have much really else to say about it. I am happy for Njoku. Njoku's tribe. You'll be wondering why I'm wearing this hat, Jeremy. It's
I
because
was.
I'm on a safari on the way with Njoku's tribe right now. We're going to the championship, I think, this year. So
Wow.
safari hat. I'm an Njoku's tribe enthusiast, baby.
Nice. I
Uh,
thought you were just going out bushwhacking.
that reminds me of the funny movie called Bushwhacked way back in the day with Daniel Stern. Anyway, moving on to
Great actor.
the next matchup. Jeff had Godwin go down, but did not matter. He took care of Brenna. Brenna tried to roll back with Anthony Richardson, and it did not work out. She also lost Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, not much to say about this. I think everybody wants to play Brenna at this point in time.
Except
Um,
for me.
I think even you do. We're going to get to your team here shortly, but yeah, Brenna's team really hurting right now.
Yeah. She had a great defensive performance by Washington, but that was about it.
Yeah, I mean, no one did anything. Algier,
And
Kamara,
yeah,
Richardson,
Jeff.
Reed.
Jeff, deal a Chan to Drew. You know what must be done. And then we'll get to Drew's shitty team here in a second.
Next matchup, Adam hung on in a low scoring matchup with Marty. Um, I think, yeah, he lost Mike Evans in the matchup. I don't know when Pacheco's supposed to come back, but he just needs that depth right now. Adam does. His team kind of has gone down a little bit. I'm still a believer in CJ Stroud. He just had a bad game playing Green Bay. But yeah, Marty got nothing out of Tank Dell. Even if he gets 5 points from him, he wins that matchup. So yeah, just an ugly matchup last week. Nothing really else to
Yep.
say. Your matchup, Jeremy. You went up against Bird. Bird with a solid week. Um, yeah, I don't. What
Yeah.
else do you want to say? I know you lost Jaden Daniels. That kind of sucks, but I don't think it really would have mattered. Obviously, with
No.
Cortland Sutton giving you absolutely nothing. Um,
Yep. I mean, 80 points. That's horrific.
yeah,
So,
you kind of hit
only
it
thing
on the head though with Javante, right? I mean, he scored twice, and you were like, "All right, well, that's how it's going to go." If I
Yeah, I
remember
kind
right.
of you. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when you start a guy on Thursday night and a goose egg for you, it puts you in a hole. Um,
Yeah,
and my team can't dig ourselves out of too many holes.
yeah. Bird's on a roll though. I think he's won four in a row.
He
If I'm,
has
yeah,
his running back situation's fire. He's got AJ Brown back. Brian Thomas Jr. is a great pickup. So he's looking good.
yeah, he is looking much better, vastly improved than the beginning of the season. Drew with a huge number 170 took down Shane. Drew's team, we'll talk about it. But yeah, he's rolling right now. And it's gonna about to get better here shortly too. So yeah, Drew, hell of a week. I mean, everybody basically did their job except Stephon Diggs and your kicker, which is always hit or miss for the most part. But yeah, I don't want to play Drew right now. I do
I
not.
do.
No, I
And I'm
don't.
going to take him to the woodshed.
And then I didn't watch the end of this matchup. I did take Alyssa last week in this matchup over Jack, and she had a come from behind victory with Baker Mayfield on Monday night. Does she have anybody else going in that matchup? Mm, it does not. Oh no, yeah, she had Tucker going too. But yeah, big come from behind win for Alyssa last week. I didn't watch that game, but the next morning I got the recap on my app, and not gonna lie, I was happy to see Alyssa get that 153 out of her system because I'm playing her this week, and it's always hard to repeat that type of performance. So,
Yeah, to piggyback off what you said there, Rob. Yeah, Baker Mayfield, also Mark Andrews and Tucker.
oh,
I
Mark
mean,
Andrews, yeah,
yeah, she got 60 points basically, which was a huge in that comeback win. Yeah, great
yeah, it's
job,
good.
Alyssa.
I'm happy
It,
for her.
I'm happy for her. Happy for the league.
I hope she watches this so she can know that we're both happy for her.
Oh, absolutely. And it's always a good day when Jack loses. I love Jack though. He's no Drew, so we'll get to him and his team later.
All right, let's get into this week's matchups, Jeremy. This is the board brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook and Bengay. And we're going to start off with Jeff on top of the standings, 6-1 against Marty's team, 3-4. Um, well, I'll say this. I think Marty's actually going to keep this relatively close, but I got Jeff. There's not a universe I think that I'm not going to take Jeff over Marty right now, but I do think Marty will hang in there a little bit. Uh, Jeff's team, we're going to talk about it here in a little bit as well, but um, his team's good. Obviously, he's been number one in my power rankings pretty much all year. With that being said, though, Jordan Mason's value is about to plummet. And obviously, he has Pollard. Yes, he has Nico injured right now. He'll come back. But Mason was the pickup of the year, I think, for free agency speaking. I mean, the value that he brought his team to start off the year was enormous. But yeah, I got Jeff. I got Jeff this week.
So, looking at this matchup, I'm thinking that this is where the tides turn for Jeff. Um, I like Marty in this matchup. Don't really have a rhyme or reason. He has one of the worst rosters. One, I think he has the least points scored. But I love you, Marts. Um, but yeah, I do like that he got the James Cook in a trade. Unfortunately, he got JMO who got suspended. But
Yeah, but that will
Marty,
improve
good
his
for
team
you.
down the line.
You know what it is, and you traded for a lion. And so what, Marty? You get a guy and he gets suspended. There's not a better bench he'd rather be on than yours. Um, but yeah, I think this week King Martz pulls up a huge upset. So I guess really for Marty to have a chance, Hertz needs to kind of do nothing. Bijan went off recently. Chan needs to continue to be a chump. Higgins has a questionable tag. I guess Ridley's the number one, but Tennessee sucks. Tucker Craycraft anomaly, and I think Dallas is going to dominate. So I don't think Mason has a good game. So I'm picking Martz. Let's go. The
Not
king.
gonna lie. I know I said there wouldn't be a universe where I'd pick Marty, but honestly, yesterday when I was looking over this stuff, I kind of had the same explanation you did, just because you have a feeling or a hunch. I kind of do too, but like when I look at this, I just can't get myself to do it. So I would not be shocked, but I do think it's going to be a close matchup though. So has anybody got anybody going Monday night in this? Sunday night, Sunday night. So this will be decided on Sunday. So we'll know by Monday morning who wins this one. Moving on, Jeremy. We just
Yep.
talked about our team. Brenna going up against the hot bird right now. Bird's team's on fire. I like Burrow this week in that matchup against the Eagles. I see Gibbs having a hell of a week. Where he talked about in the other pod about how if Seattle's going to win, it's going to have to be Ken Walker doing his thing.
Yep.
I think if any receiver does anything against Cincinnati, it will be AJ Brown, just because he's shown a few times already this year that he can just catch like a 50-yard, 60-yard pass for a touchdown. He only needs one play to make it worthwhile.
Yep.
Um,
Still a great player. Absolutely.
yeah. Jake Ferguson in a big game Sunday night. I feel like he's going to have to do his thing too to keep Dallas into that game. Yeah, Chicago's defense against Mariota. I mean, Chicago's defense has been playing pretty good. So, and then I look at, I'm sorry, I was going to say Alyssa's team. We just got done talking to her, but no, Brenda's team. You know, she's got Jennings in there. I don't think she knows already that Jennings has been ruled out. Um, yeah,
Yeah, she's got to make that move
maybe she
immediately.
throws out Dunze in there, but yeah, I mean, like I'm going with Bird. He's got a lot of momentum. And Brenna's team just not getting any momentum. You know, she's tried various different quarterbacks and situations, and nothing's really working out for her. So I see Bird. I don't see this one being close.
Yeah. Just looking at Brenna's team, yeah, she's got to put somebody in there for the flex, and maybe it's is it McConkey or McCockey? Who knows? But probably that guy, Luke, cool hand Luke over there. But yeah, I'm kind of if I'm Brenna, I'm probably just dumping Anthony Richardson or just picking up another QB. But she still's got Kamara. Jaden Reed didn't have a good game last week. She's got, just looking at her backs and her receivers, not a bad team. But yeah, just inconsistency at quarterback. She's gonna have a tough week against Bird. He's been on a roll. Bird's got one of the best rosters
He does.
in the league.
It's solid.
So uh, I'd like to pick Brenna, but I think Bird just keeps rolling.
All right, next matchup, we're gonna go to a battle of, I believe, Adam's 4-3 and Jim is 3-4. They both had a player go already on Thursday night. Jim had 11.5 from Aaron Jones, while Adam had just over 4 points from Jordan Addison. Um, well, we already talked about Tyreek. He's getting Tua back. So I like Tyreek getting a touchdown this week just because I think, you know, Hill needs it or he's just gonna, blow up in his head. Like I don't know. I just feel like they're gonna make sure he gets the ball. I like Kyle Pitts against Tampa. Maybe Devontae Adams gets a touchdown. New England can't really stop anybody right now. The last couple of weeks, I think it really is going to come down to the quarterback play. To be completely honest with you, I mean, who can get the big game out of either Prescott or Stroud? Um, and I think CJ Stroud is going to ball out against the Colts. I just have that feeling that Stroud's going to hit some plays downfield for possibly one or two touchdowns. And I'm going to roll with Adam because of that. Um, I like CJ Stroud, so I like Adam. Bear with us one moment, everybody. I apologize, everybody. We're having technical difficulties. Jeremy is going to be joining us back here in a moment. But yeah, we can talk about Jim's trade he made with Marty. He got Brees Hall. That's a big trade, I think, for him. I mean, James Cook was good, but Brees Hall's a little bit better, I believe. And I do like Jim's team. I just like the Lions defense this week, and I think Stroud goes off. So I'm going with Adam. You're back, Jeremy?
I'm back.
All right.
Technical difficulties here.
Yes, that's all right.
I'm going to take Jim. Adam not getting a good performance off Addison is tough. So give me Jim and what the hell? That's actually a pretty good team name. So, but yeah, before I got caught out, I heard you say it's going to be kind of decided at the quarterback position. I agree. I also think the Cowboys are going to win. And for that to happen, Dak's going to have a good game. So I like Jim.
All right. Moving on, Jeremy. We're going to go to Shane, 4-3 versus Jack, 4-3, both coming up losses last week to either their wife or their brother. So painful losses last week for both of these two. They both want to stay relevant. They both need some momentum. Uh, I got Jack. I mean, listen, Shane, I like your team. It's better this year than it has been in years past. There's no doubt about that. I'm not dogging you by any means. However, ETN, I don't even think he's going to be the starting running back here soon. Tank Bigsby's taken over there, I believe. Nick Chubb, I love Chubb. Love him. He's
Well,
back. It's going to take him time. He's going up against the Baltimore defense that I don't think he's going to get it much going. He'll probably get in the end zone, but we're talking Nick Chubb type numbers. I don't see it. CD Lamb, you just kind of hit on the head. Dallas, I took them plus 4.5. Uh, that's in large part because I think CD is going to have a big game. Barkley, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like Jack's roster. He's got Brock Bowers. I think he's gonna end up being by far the number one tight end this year with all the volume going to him. They don't have any wideouts. The only thing I don't really like about Jack's starting lineup right now is he has Olave in his flex. I don't know. The Chargers have a good defense, and Spencer Rattler's looks like trash. I probably would put Bigsby in there and just have it be like a big dick put on Shane's forehead while he's going to start ETN. I think Bigsby's going to get the better numbers. Yeah, I'm taking Mr. Albatross here. I'm taking Jack.
it's funny. His name's Bigsby. That's convenient. Yep, and I think that's what Jack's going to do here to Shane. He's going to Bigsby him to death. Uh, Shane's still got a great team. Okay, he's got elite receivers, and Kittle having a hell of a year too. I think he's got to trade a receiver and get a better running back. If that's my play, we know what we know from Thursday night. I mean, lucky for us as Lions fans, Minnesota lost, but he didn't get any production. Getting 10 points from your defense and your kicker, that sucks. You want to get a 15 spot at least, and hopefully 20, get 10 from both of them. But
Yeah, but I think like for him to get a running back that would be worthy of a starting spot, he would have to trade either one of the
Neighbors or
guys that he
Case.
has in his starting lineup right now. I mean, no one wants
Right.
Jalen Waddle right now. I
Well, you could
mean,
you could maybe deal him, but I think to get a great receiver, yeah, or I'm sorry, receiver, great running back, yeah, he's got
yeah,
to deal one of his like. All right, Shane, I got Jane Daniels. I'd love to make a deal to get McLaurin, uh, get a stack going, but also running backs come at a premium. My running backs only recently started to do shit, and they're probably not worthy of one of your top players. But
well,
either way, yeah, I think he needs to deal a receiver and get a running back.
he has to. I mean, we just talked about it. ETN, we both agree probably Bigsby's going to take over. Braylon Allen, I mean, he ain't going to get a lot of touches. Tracy's a flash in the pan, I think. I don't see him like really doing much. He'll have some big plays here and there, but yeah, he just doesn't have anybody. And if he wants to be serious going into the playoffs, he's got to make some moves.
Yep.
All right, we'll go to my matchup against the Unicorn Princess, Jeremy. We both had one going into Thursday night. Both players had awesome games.
Yep.
She had Kyren go for just over 22 and a half, and I had JJ go for 19 and a half. I guess I'll take this one, Jeremy. I'm gonna go with the Unicorn Princess, even though I am confident in my team. I just think the momentum that she got by stomping Jack the way that she did, coming off that huge comeback, I think that momentum is going to ride into this week. Jordan Love against Jacksonville. He's thrown 5 or 8 picks in the last like 5 games or something. I don't see that going like on like forward. And he has a good matchup against Jacksonville. Same with Josh Jacobs. Jacksonville sucks. Amari Cooper finally has a quarterback in what I
Yeah.
think could be a high scoring game. So obviously I like Coop there. The only thing I don't really like with her matchup is even though it's the game that we just mentioned with Coop, I'm not sold on Tyler Lockett right now, but
Yep.
I think he'll have a decent game. Obviously, she didn't know Nicole was going to play on Thursday. I didn't either. If she would have plugged him in right there, I really would be in trouble. But I mean, I like my team this week, but Taylor coming back first game in 3 weeks. I'm just hoping honestly that he doesn't have a setback. I just want him healthy going forward. He has a tough matchup against Houston. I don't know if Debo's going to play. That probably won't stay the same in my wide receiver 2 spot. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking Alyssa this week, but don't get it mistaken. Njoku's tribe will be on that safari to the ship here on the shores of Africa here soon. So yeah, let's go with Alyssa this week. Good luck, Liz.
So I'm gonna pick you. I think you got the advantage as far as the flex position. I like Monty over Swift. I'd say tight end, kind of a toss up. As long as you put in somebody else for Debo, but you got Henry, man, and I think Kirk Cousins is gonna have a big game. Both of Kyron and JJ put up great numbers, but I think you're gonna win this one. Uh, Random thought that popped in my head when you're talking about Cooper. I agree with Josh Allen now. He's finally got a great quarterback. I think it's going to be the Detroit Lions and the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. You have it right here, right now. I think Kansas City falls to them in the AFC Championship game, and either
I like it.
Detroit or Buffalo are holding up the Lombardi Trophy.
I like
But
it,
because
man.
I feel like getting Amari Cooper is a move for Buffalo to be like, they had to replace Diggs. Keon Coleman isn't good enough to do that. Um, and Amari Cooper is a good player. So I
Yeah.
think that's a move that's going to pay dividends.
Well, if Debo's not playing, I'm going to be sliding in Romeo Dobbs. That way I can maybe
Oh, your
that way
favorite.
Romeo, where art thou? No, but honestly, the only reason I would do that is just maybe offset Jordan Love a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully Debo plays, and hopefully I get word on that Sunday morning. And because I'm not, if I don't know for sure, I'm not going to roll Debo out there. I'm not going to put myself in that spot. So
Yeah,
we'll
you
have to
can't
see.
go in there. You can't go on stage with your pants down. You
That's
need to
right.
have another receiver ready to go.
I'm not gonna pull a Drew. Week 1. I'm not gonna do that. Let's see, Jeremy. That brings us to your matchup against you named it, Drew. And Drew's team still sucks, according to you. So why don't we
Yep.
talk about it, Jeremy? Tell me why you're going to pull off this upset.
Well, so I was Jaden Daniels doesn't look like he's playing this week. I just got Russell in the starting spot. I think Russell's got a good matchup on Monday Night Football. Apparently, Mike Tomlin, fucking great coach. I would have stuck with Justin Fields. I think Russell's performance continues to roll into this week, but I think I got good matchups. Dobbins got a good matchup against the Saints. Javante, last week I lost out on him. He's got a good matchup. Cup, very respectable 16. And, St. Brown, JMO's not playing. St. Brown's still our number one receiver. Maybe he's due for a breakout game. We'll see. But I just think I'm going to need a performance of a lifetime, really, to beat Drew. But Drew's team still sucks. So, and then, I guess on the other end, for me to win, Lamar Jackson's going to have a bad game. And then we'll see. I don't think Kareem Hunt, like last week, Drew had a great week, but Kareem Hunt basically having a career game. I don't know if that continues. So I'm taking myself. Drew, Chan is Jack's dad. A chump. Go get him, Drew. Go get him. Go get your boy and make your team complete.
I'm going to say this though, Jeremy. Your team's gotten a lot better in the sense that you got You finally got Cup back.
Yep.
Okay. And you're going to be getting Hawkinson back, I think, next week, which I know you got Kelsey, but you can use. Hopefully, Hawkinson comes out for you, performs well for a week or two, and you can make a decision if you want to keep two tight ends or maybe deal something to get a better piece that fits your roster. But I do like Russell Wilson against the Giants. I will say that. Um, it's always hard to just like expect or want Lamar to have a bad game at this point in time. But it is a division game on the road. He might struggle a little bit for his standards anyway. Um, I'm with you on St. Brown. No JMO. Goff's been just lighting it up, efficient as hell. Dobbins, I think, can run all over the Saints. They don't stop the run. Javante got it going last week. It was probably going to take him time to be able to get it going, and he's finally maybe hitting a stride. He has a good matchup against Carolina. You already had Cup go. You have Kelsey going this week against the Raiders, who I think are terrible. Mooney, you never know. I mean, I think he has a good matchup against the Buccaneers secondary. Yeah, I mean, you have ways to win this week for sure, and that's what you're gonna do, Jeremy. You're gonna win this week.
Woo!
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Drew had 170 last week, and he is about to get CMC back here, I think, in a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. But you know, I think you're about to turn a corner here. Hopefully, Jaden Daniels comes back for you here soon. But yeah, I got you pulling off the upset this week, Jeremy.
I love it, Rob. I love it. Let's be real. The league loves it when Drew loses, and his team will continue to suck. And this is going to be the shift. The pendulum shift's coming, Drew. So, but Drew, you got to get a chump on your team, and then we can complete the trifecta.
Yep, the glass man. Go ahead and get him, Drew. All right. Let's talk about the power rankings real quick, Jeremy. I do have Drew as my number one team right now. He's been killing it. He started 0-2. He's now 5-2. He's about to get CMC back. His roster is pretty solid. And then I have Jeff at number two. He has been number one pretty much all year up to this point for me. I slid him back one, moved Drew up one. And then at number three, I have just a cluster of teams again. We're in the week 7 through 10, like we discussed last week. Is week 8 is the process of kind of finding out who's who and what's what. There's still going to be a couple more injuries to go through. That's going to affect rosters greatly. So I basically have Jack, and Alyssa right now in that 3 through 5 right now. But there's honestly, I mean, like your team I mentioned is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Adam and Jim's team and Shane's team are still good. I mean, like I said, there's gonna be injuries. You can't avoid them. It's just we know this is gonna happen. It just you hope that doesn't happen to your team. So, but that's my top 5-ish teams right now.
I like it. I'm not really going to have a power ranking, just pointing out some stuff. Jeff, the number one defense in the fantasy football league, giving up an astounding 741 points. Great job. That's a stat that we always love to look at here on the pod. And you know what? Probably the most important stat is points for. Jeff's also leading that 961. So I guess if I
Well,
had to say who's the best team in the league,
Drew's actually leading it.
well, we're not counting that. That's probably
Yeah,
his
but
home field advantage or
his
something.
his team sucks.
His team does suck.
We can talk about you said points against. Yeah,
But
Jeff's at 741. Marty's only at 775, and yet he has a losing record. And like honestly, if you look at the history of the league and fantasy in general, if you have a good defense and don't allow that many points, you're generally going to be at the very top. That's just usually how it goes. Like every year, points allowed, and then I don't know. I that's an anomaly. Marty being 3 and 4 with allowing such little points. So I mean,
yeah,
he's basically giving
Marty's
up
team.
110 points. He's giving up 110 points a week basically, and he still only has 3 wins. So yeah,
Yeah, that's one of the biggest outliers. Marty's having a rough year. I heard the fans, what little they have for his organization, are calling for ownership changes. So We'll we'll see how that unfolds.
All right, Jeremy, good luck this week in your matchup
Thank you.
against Drew. We're all going to be paying attention to
Absolutely.
that. And again, Liz, good luck in your matchup against me. Hopefully, I'm wrong and hopefully, I get the dub.
Yep. Great to talk to everyone. Have a great week. Go green. Everyone have a good Halloween. And yeah, love the fantasy pod, Rob. It's always fun.
Always is, my friend. Go blue and stay safe out there if you're going to be going down to Ann Arbor. You don't want to get caught in that tunnel fight this year. So stay
Nope.
clear and stay aware.
Are you even drinking?
Are you even drinking right now, Jack? It's 1 o'clock.